What's up, guys? Is Jimmy Gaming here? Yes, it's me, Jimmy, and we're here for another episode of Is It Good? So, today we're going to look at Crab War. And I talked about this a little bit in the last episode, and it's really a simple game. You'll be able to see that, but it's pretty fun. There's really no losing in this game. That's the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of. And it can get a little bit boring. But at the same time, it is worth picking up because it is something that you can just have going on in the background if you're a little bit bored or at work, at school, you can't really do too much and there's not much to do. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. So basically, every few seconds, you spawn these crabs without even touching the screen. Now, each time you tap, you spawn another crab. The quicker you tap, the more crabs that will spawn, up to a point. You can't go crazy like a drummer at 200 BPM and just unload a retarded amount of crabs. Now, every time a crab hits I think they're amphibians, I can't remember, from the story mode, they do die, and every time the amphibian dies, it explodes some of the crabs. Now, this isn't the start of the game. As you can tell, I have quite a few different kind of crabs. They do a lot of damage. Now, you start off with, I believe it's just the red crab. If we look here, they're very evolved at this point. I'm at over 500 level. But you start out with just the one, and each time you tap, you get some more. But then you'll get the green. You'll get these queen crabs that do a ton more damage. They spawn less amount of times per second, or whatever it may be. But then they have different abilities. They're pretty detailed if you just look at that. They do kind of... You get those different abilities as you level up. So level 400, it'll get 40% all garnet damage. So it's a kind of rock damage to the crabs. So you'll also get some abilities. Now they have a pretty long cooldown timer. But then you get something else, mutation. I haven't even really looked into that. You have a shop, which, you get these pearls, and the pearls are actually pretty common. You'll get pearls every now and then on the right side there, you'll see a couple of things, and, oh, one of those guys. So, I got a pearl from him. When those golden moths or whatever spawn, just gonna use some power-ups here just to get through that boss real quick. But every time those gold moths spawn, you'll get something nice. Sometimes it'll make you go through an ad. You watch an ad, and then maybe every tap you'll get X amount of gold per tap, which that's my favorite. Sometimes you'll get a power-up for free for like a minute or so. Things like that. It's pretty fun. And then, like on the right side here, when I was away, Queens collected that much gold, and it's a lot. And then, if you watch an ad, you'll get 50% more. Right now, I won't do that. But you can see at the top, it's a crazy amount of money, but at this point, there's a lot. Everything costs a lot. I mean, billions, you start off very low, so things are 5, 10, 20, whatever, 100, and then it gets into the millions, trillions, and then whatever the VA stands for. Valiants? I don't know. But pretty much, that's just how you level the normal crabs. You just keep tapping that. And then the queens you can level as well. Did I reach? No, 150 something. Ooh, get that guy. Nope. See, when those colorful ones come up, it wants you to spend your orbs, or whatever they're called. You don't want to do that. For the most part, it's really not worth it, especially since the orbs are so valuable. But that's pretty much this game. There's a lot of tapping. Oh, that's cool. So each time you tap with that guy up there, you're going to get more gold. At least I hope that's what it is. because when you get the power up from the flying gold moth, whatever it is, that's what is there. That shows that you're going to get gold for every tap. So let's wait that out to see how much gold I get. I'm not going very crazy, but we'll see what happens. Now we're at a boss. Yeah, so every time you tap, and then it's an hour cooldown. So that's really not too bad, especially since this is not something that you'll really be playing all that frequently. I mean, if you just sit here and keep tapping the screen, there's really no downside to this game, aside from them licking the crabs, and then you might have to, like, start a boss. But there's no way of dying, there's no levels, you just keep going. The further along the game gets, the longer the distance is. You can see on the left side, the meters. It first starts off with, like, less than 10 meters, but then it'll increase, and it'll take more time to get to the amphibian with your crab, so their speed needs to be improved. You gotta level them up. So that's pretty much the game. Now, is it good? It is good, but it's nothing that takes any amount of skill. The quicker you tap, the better you're gonna do at this game. The daily battles with the crab amphibians are kind of just meh. You know, they have a ton of health. I'll show you real quick. So it's extremely difficult to beat them, and you see that bar under it. The bosses and the daily guys all have those bars, so you have to finish it within a certain amount of time. This is the only downside of the game, that the bosses are very difficult. But yes, it's a fun game, but it's not something that I can see playing for many months, you know, increasing everything. There's just not a whole lot of depth to the game. There's no storyline. But it definitely is worth a try. Go out and download this, Crab Wars, and I'll see you in the next episode. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, favorite, share the video, the channel, and I'll keep making more stuff. So, I'll see you next time. Bye.